Let's get one thing clear. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. My opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. You're entitled to yours. I'm entitled to mine. If ever I see something cross my eyes that I feel like is bull, I'm going to call it out. That's just how I am. Bull is bull. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. Fair is fair. So, let's discuss something. In this world, you got two types of people. You got
black people and
niggas. Chris Rock has already talked about this. You can go back and look at his genre to see what we mean. I ain't here to debate that. I'm here to talk to all you niggas, because you know the word nigga means ignorant. So if you don't know something, that means you're ignorant. If you know something and you choose not to accept it, or you choose not to follow something behind it, then you're a hypocrite. I'm going to enlighten you on some facts that make you not be ignorant. And maybe you can be a hypocrite, but that's on you. Let's go back. Eric Gardner killed by the police officers for selling loose cigarettes. Was he? I don't know. That's what they say, but he died for selling loose cigarettes. A couple of years ago, there was a kid named Tamir Rice, 12 years old, was murdered in cold blood by the Cleveland police officers for playing with a toy BB gun in the playground. They hopped out the car. They didn't even tell him, freeze, put your hands up. Is that a BB gun? They just shot the kid in cold blood. Why? Because that's how they look at us. We're dogs. They kill us. Just like the man said in Atlanta, we only kill black people.
Remember, we only kill black people.
This wasn't no joke.
People, right?
That only happened. Anyway, so LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with a lot of the WNBA players, decided to wear shirts that say "I can't breathe" for the Eric Gardner protest. And a lot of people criticized them by saying, "Oh, you guys have so much status, you guys have so much celebrity, and that's all you can do is come up with some shirts." Okay, so now we got that out of the way. During the Tamir Rice protest, there was nothing going on at one point. There was no protest. Nobody was saying anything. It was a national news story, but nobody was saying anything. But everybody was criticizing the Cleveland Cavaliers, specifically LeBron James, for not saying anything, for keeping quiet. Even Tamir Rice's mom said she is deeply saddened. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers have not said anything about my son's death. Y'all wanted somebody to speak up, right? So enter Colin Kaepernick. Young brother in the prime of his career, went to a Super Bowl, probably should have won it. I'm a Ravens fan, and I will tell you this. What Jimmy Smith did on Michael Crabtree was borderline, if not pass interference, it was defensive holding. Could have been called either way. There is no doubt in my mind that if they would have called defensive holding, pass interference, illegal contact on that last play, Frank Gore would have ran the ball in, and the 49ers would have won the championship. Okay. So now we got that out of the way. Colin Kaepernick, in the prime of his career, takes a knee for police brutality, for black people's issues, for not respecting the national anthem because it does not apply to him. I wrote a blog on why the national anthem does not apply to black people. You can read it if you want to. You don't have to. It's some things that certain people already know, and there's certain things that people choose not to know. That's one of those things that if you want to know why the national anthem is not for black people, Google it. We ain't talking about that. Back to Kaepernick. He gets blackballed by the NFL, and a lot of people called for a protest of the NFL because of that. Around the same time that they called for the protest, there started to be narratives around why Colin Kaepernick is not on the team. Here's the first one. The first one was, I quote, I ain't making this shit. I don't put this shit in the video too so you can see it. Like, I'm not making this shit up. They said he can't be a starting quarterback because he's vegan. So the first excuse was Colin Kaepernick is a vegan. There's no way that vegans can play football. Okay. So the number two reason was he can't throw. This is all a quick Google search, my man. Like I'm not making these stats up. These stats ain't coming from nowhere but the NFL.com, bro. Colin Kaepernick has played 6 seasons in the NFL. Throughout those 6 seasons, he has completed 59.8% of his passes, which is, if you round that, 60%. 72 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. His quarterback rating is an average of 88.9. 88.9. Can you name me some quarterbacks that have a better overall rating than 88.9? But let's think about this. So the first one was he's a vegan. The second one was he can't throw. So we already disprove both of those that he can't throw, because a lot of people say, oh, he only completed 50% of his passes. Well, 50% and 59.8 is a lot different. So get your facts right. 59.8 is above average. Above average. And we're going to talk about average in a second. The man has ran for 2,300 yards in his career. So he's a dual threat. Scored 13 touchdowns on the ground in the 6 years. In 2014, he broke a 90-yard touchdown run. If y'all don't remember that, okay, we're not going to talk about that. So anyway, third reason was his girlfriend sent out a tweet while supposedly Ray Lewis... I'm a Ravens fan. I already told you that. While supposedly Ray Lewis and Steve Bisciotti was back there talking about a contract. They was about to sign him to a contract until they opened up Twitter. They was like, oh, you know what? Let's open up Twitter and see what's up. And they saw a tweet from Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend that was a picture of Ray Lewis and Steve Bisciotti hugging. And the picture was compared to the Django Unchained. And that's why he was like, oh, you know what? No more Colin Kaepernick after that. Just can't do it. Wes Welker, after a loss, came at Ray Lewis. Wes Welker's wife, after a loss, came after Ray Lewis. Said a lot of things about Ray Lewis's family, a lot of things about Ray Lewis's past, and I'm not trying to bring up. But what I will say is, he hindered a double murder trial. He was implicated in a double murder. Colin Kaepernick kneeled for black rights. Dante Stallworth was signed by the Ravens after he drove his car drunk. He was drunk driving, plowed into a man and killed him in New Orleans, I believe, and he still got a job. Ray Rice beat the shit out of his wife in an elevator, got 2 games, and they was just waiting for him to come back. The only reason why they cut Ray Rice is because the video came out. Let's just be honest. If the video didn't come out, Ray Rice would still be on the team right now. Leonard Little from the Rams was super intoxicated and ran over a man and killed him. Got a job, got another contract, got another $30 million. Michael Vick, who was one of the people that said Colin Kaepernick should cut his afro in order to get a job, he fought dogs. No, he paid for a dog fighting ring and got another $100 million contract on top of that. Colin Kaepernick has never been arrested. He has never been charged in any crime. To my knowledge, he's never even been implicated in a crime. The only thing he did was challenge the status quo of America by saying we should look at black rights. This guy is probably the most influential black athlete to ever play the game because of the dialogue he has created around his cause. But police brutality is something that I've experienced. It's something that a lot of black people have experienced. So the fact that this man has put his whole career on the line. Roger Goodell can come out and say, oh, he should have a job. There's top 10 starting quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, Cam Newton, who say he should still have a job. Not only that, he should be starting on a team. Colin Kaepernick is one of the only quarterbacks to beat Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field in the playoffs. Did it twice, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. The argument is he's not good enough to be on an NFL roster. Colin Kaepernick is not good enough to be on an NFL roster. Buffalo. We're going to go all the way down the list. Buffalo, they have Tyrod Taylor, Nathan Peterman, Joe Webb, who they just signed, Joe Webb. Nathan Peterman, Joe Webb. The Dolphins, they're starting Matt Moore and Jay Cutler. Matt Moore and Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler wasn't even on the roster. He was eating ho-hos at his girl house like 6 weeks ago, and they called him to play for the Dolphins. And all of a sudden, oh, Jay Cutler is a great quarterback, and he's definitely better than Colin Kaepernick. This is how you know people hate Colin Kaepernick so bad. When you would defend Jay Cutler over Colin Kaepernick, you got to hate Colin Kaepernick. Let's keep going. Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo. I'll give it to them because Jimmy's a young quarterback, and he's good enough to be developed. The Jets, Josh McCown, Bryce Petty, Christian Hackenberg. That is the worst quarterback roster in the league, bar none. And we're going to keep going down. It might not be. Joe Flacco, Ryan Mallett. Colin Kaepernick almost beat Joe Flacco in the playoffs. Ryan Mallett is terrible. I'm a Ravens fan. I said that 3 times. Ryan Mallett is fucking terrible. He is garbage as shit. I mean, like, the dude cannot throw the ball to the right team. Even Terrell Suggs. Bengals. Andy Dalton, AJ McCarron. AJ McCarron is decent. Let's not get that. I'm not going to try to take that away from AJ McCarron. He is a decent quarterback, and AJ McCarron ain't better than Colin Kaepernick. Period. The Browns. Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, Cody Kessler. Deshaun Kaiser is a rookie. Bright, maybe has a bright future. I doubt it because he plays for the Browns. Kevin Hogan and Cody Kessler, are they better than Colin Kaepernick? Okay. The Steelers. Roethlisberger, star. Ben Roethlisberger is a starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A quick Google search will just give you this. He was accused of raping multiple women. Raping. He has a job. His backup is Landry Jones, Joshua Dobbs. Any one of those two better than Colin Kaepernick? Okay. The AFC South. Their quarterbacks consist of Tom Savage and Deshaun Watson, who's a rookie. Who the fuck is Tom Savage? The coach, Scott Tolzien. Jacoby Brissett and Andrew Luck, who was injured, and he's going to be injured for a little while. So they decided to start Scott Tolzien instead of signing Colin Kaepernick. The Jaguars, whose owner mysteriously said, "Oh, I will sign Colin Kaepernick." Blake Bortles, Chad Henne. Any one of those two better than Colin Kaepernick? Any Jaguar fans believe that? The Titans, Marcus Mariota, Matt Castle. Marcus Mariota is maybe a star in the making if he can stay healthy. Good kid, has a good head on his shoulders, and really good at running and throwing the ball. He's a dual threat. Good quarterback. Matt Castle is horrible. Period. There was a time where John Elway was going to sign, he was going to trade for Colin Kaepernick the year before his anthem protest. They were in the works of trading for Colin Kaepernick because Brock Osweiler and Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch are garbage. They're terrible. Like, they're not starting quarterbacks in the NFL. But they will be this year because that's all they got on their roster. One of them three is going to play, and they're going to be terrible. All three of them. Period. Are them three better than Colin Kaepernick? The Chiefs, Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes, Tyler Bray. Patrick Mahomes has a bright future. Alex Smith is a wily veteran. Who did Alex Smith lose his job to when he was in San Francisco? I'll wait. Who? Okay. The Chargers. Phillip Rivers, Kellen Clemens, Cardale Jones, who was acquired in a trade from Buffalo. The Raiders. Derek Carr, E.J. Manuel, Connor Cook. E.J. Manuel. The Cowboys. Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush, Kellen Moore. Boise State veteran, Kellen Moore. He was a beast at Boise State. Not so much with the Cowboys. The Giants. Eli Manning, Geno Smith, Davis Webb. The Eagles. Carson Wentz, Nick Foles. The Redskins. Kirk Cousins and Colt McCoy. I'm going to tell you like this. My opinion is my opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. Kirk Cousins is not better than Colin Kaepernick. What you say? The Bears. It starts to get laughable. Mike Glennon. Mitch Trubisky. Rookie. Number 2 overall pick. Bright future, hopefully. Not going down the kid. Mark Sanchez. That's self-explanatory. The Lions. Matthew Stafford. He ain't never won a playoff game. He ain't never been to an NFC championship. Nothing. But the man is the highest paid. Get your money, man. Jake Rudock. Can anybody tell me who Jake Rudock is? What school he went to? Touchdowns he's thrown? Has he ever been to the playoffs? Okay. The Packers. There is not one person in the world that thinks Colin Kaepernick is better than Aaron Rodgers. But me personally, let's not say whoever Brett Hundley is because he's a former UCLA quarterback. He was decent. He ain't better than Colin Kaepernick. The Vikings. Sam Bradford can't stay healthy enough to do anything. Case Keenum. And they got Teddy Bridgewater on the PUP list. The Falcons. Matt Ryan. Matt Schaub. The Panthers. Cam Newton. Nobody's debating that. Derek Anderson. Is Derek Anderson better than Colin Kaepernick? The Saints. Drew Brees. Nobody's debating that. Chase Daniels. He's like 5'7", and he threw a pass right to the defensive lineman last time I seen him play a game. I think it was a highlight I seen. I mean, he threw the ball right to the defensive lineman towers over him. But anyway, the Bucks. Jameis Winston. Bright young future for that kid. Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yeah, that Ryan Fitzpatrick. Cardinals. Carson Palmer. Drew Stanton. Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert. The Rams. Jared Goff. Sean McNannon. I hope Jared Goff is okay. I hope he shows me something totally different than last year, because he didn't show me nothing there. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And this is where it gets even more laughable right here. The 49ers, who Colin Kaepernick opted out of his contract. Brian Hoyer and C.J. Beathard. The Seahawks have Russell Wilson and Austin Davis. Austin Davis ain't nowhere near Colin Kaepernick. Russell Wilson is a Super Bowl champion. He's the man. I just went down the NFL roster, and I have not pointed out a backup quarterback on any roster that's better than Colin Kaepernick. There's not one backup quarterback that's better than Colin Kaepernick. The starters, we have Brian Hoyer, Jared Goff, Sam Bradford, Mike Glennon, Trevor Siemian, Scott Tolliver, Tom Savage, Deshaun Kaiser, and Matt Moore / Jay Cutler, and Josh McCown / Bryce Petty. Those are starting quarterbacks that are not better than Colin Kaepernick. Cut the shit. The man is being blackballed because he kneeled for the anthem. He was blackballed for that. Because if somebody wants you, as the Ravens have shown, they would do anything to keep you until they can't keep you. This is how the world works. When you try to challenge the status quo of white supremacy with any type of black issues, you will be killed, a la Dr. King, a la Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Duke Newton, the list goes on and on and on and on. Or you will be blackballed and stripped of everything that you have. So let's circle this back around to black people. You have black people that say things like, the NFL is entertaining, and I would protest with Colin Kaepernick, but the NFL is entertainment. That's a trash theory. For the people that were criticizing LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers for not doing enough, this is somebody that did enough, and you're not supporting him. You can do whatever you want in this world. You can be whoever you want to be in this world. But one thing that I won't be a hypocrite. I can turn the TV off. I don't need the TV. You do. Because that's the only thing that gets you through the day. Not me. So when somebody says that they're kneeling for black people's rights and we should boycott the NFL because they're boycotting him, I can do that. Because the NFL doesn't care one shit about me. They don't care one shit about you. If you're not watching, you're not paying for a jersey, you're not there, you're not supporting, care what you do. You died tomorrow, they wouldn't even read your obituary. But you'll ride and die for the NFL because that's your entertainment. Because that's the only thing that gets you through the day. Because sometimes you feel inadequate with yourself, maybe. And you turn on TV and that passes some time by. Not me. Maybe you can just come out and say it. He kneeled for black issues and that ain't what I'm for. But say the right thing. Don't say he's not in the NFL because he's a vegan. Don't say he's not in the NFL because he can't throw. Don't say he's not in the NFL because he's not a good quarterback. Don't say he's not in the NFL because his girlfriend sent a tweet. Tell it like it is. Don't be a little bitch. If you feel so strongly about it, don't be a little bitch. Colin Kaepernick is not in the league because he protested for black rights. Can you handle that? Can you handle watching the NFL after somebody that looks like you decided to stand up for you and got kicked out for you, puts $1 million. Let's just highlight some of the things that Colin Kaepernick has done for black people. So with that said, can you really watch the NFL now? If you watching this blog, can you go back to watching the NFL? Just let me know in the comments below. I want to see what y'all think, because this may be the last person that ever stands up for us because of what y'all have done. And when I say y'all, I mean Coons. And Jim Brown, and this is something totally different, and I made a blog about this as well. Jim Brown should be so ashamed of himself. That man was a part of the '67 conference with Muhammad Ali and all those great athletes. And he's telling Colin Kaepernick he has to choose between being an activist and a football player. You didn't choose. Muhammad Ali didn't choose. Why Colin Kaepernick got to choose? I think somebody's paying all these people to say what they say. And the thing is, everybody's for sale now. Not me.